Molly Eden.
At Dennis Keton.
Welcome, guys. It's been not that long, but we are on game week or match week 34. We brought you match week 33, which was, of course, an amazing one. And, of course, football never ceases to amaze us. So, match week 34, straight into it. Actually, match week 33, we're playing, where we saw United drew 2-2.
Yeah,
with Tottenham.
Rashford is back scoring.
And Sancho. And on the other side, we had Son and Pedro Porro.
Porro, you're right.
On the other side, Newcastle, those boys, I think they've now scored 11 goals in 2 games. And they're currently at position 3 with 62 points. Yeah, so the rest for top 4, kazi bado ipo.
Bournemouth also tried to actually escape relegation. They won yesterday night
against
Southampton. So Southampton, be afraid, because the way things are going, relegation is looking at you. And on that note of relegation, congratulations to Sheffield United and also congratulations to Burnley. The 2 teams have officially been promoted to next season's Premier League from Championship. We now await for one more to be promoted. The teams which will be playing playoffs to seek a positions of qualification.
Yeah, I love Sheffield and Brighton, because I remember there was a time Sheffield. You remember when Sheffield was stressing big clubs?
Baldock.
Same to Burnley, the guy Baldock.
Baldock, Stevens. They used to have one of the best defenses. If you play fantasy football, you will understand.
Same to Burnley.
Yes.
Burnley players. So guys, on to match 34. Early kickoff, Crystal Palace against West Ham. The match will be played at 14:30 hours.
Crystal Palace, a team that has been informed. They are doing everything well. West Ham also a team that are trying to pick up themselves, doing everything well. When these 2 teams meet, it's always a nice game. Because remember, it's not just a simple game, because it's a London derby. So London derbies always serves you with the beauty that it deserves. In match week 33 we saw Crystal Palace. They did they win? I believe they did. But what I'm sure is these guys, West Ham won.
No, they lost to Liverpool.
They lost, or they played Liverpool.
Yeah, remember it ended in 2-1 where Jared Bowen was denied a goal.
Jared Bowen's goal was denied. So guys, when these 2 teams meet, remember it's going to be a crazy one. So I feel like I'm going to give the home team an advantage, though they should be wary of West Ham, because they have actually risen up and they're doing everything well. So 2-1 win for Crystal.
This one I'm going with West Ham to display a very good game. So this one, let me go with 3-2 in favor of West Ham. Brentford against NFO, Nottingham Forest. Brentford will be at home. Ivan Toney is back on the scoring sheet. We know when he starts scoring, of course, he goes for a couple of games. So Brentford will be at home against Nottingham Forest. Straight, I'm going with 3-0 in favor of Brentford.
When Brentford met Nottingham Forest in the first leg, these 2 teams drew 2-2. And all of us knowing how Nottingham Forest are, these are teams which you can't actually underestimate them, because they display impressive football when they want, but the problem is they are not able to hold the number of goals they score, because they concede more. We saw Brennan Johnson losing a penalty, which was saved by Steele. Yeah, but let's hope he's going to redo or to do justice to him. So I feel like this is going to be a difficult game again, though I feel like Brentford will be taking advantage of being at home. So 2-1 for Brentford.
Brighton against Wolves. Brighton, last time they were fatigued. We saw that. Of course, they played 120 minutes in the FA Cup. Yeah, so they really showed fatigue. And playing against Wolves, of course, they lost the match to, was it Nottingham Forest?
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, by 3-1. They're now coming to face Wolves, but Brighton will be at home. So I'm giving Brighton a chance to redeem themselves with this game. So Brighton, I'm giving them 2-1 lead in favor of themselves.
Brighton at Brighton Community Stadium, better believe me, they have to win this match through thick and thin. So Brighton to win. It's been a long time since Mitoma was on the score sheet, so this is your game to score.
On Sunday, on 30th, guys, we have Bournemouth playing against Leeds. The game will be at 16:00 hours. Of course, it will have multiple broadcasters. So Bournemouth will be at home. Bournemouth just won against Southampton by 1-0 in game week 33, facing Leeds, who are they're also fighting relegation, right? This one, let me go with a draw, because Bournemouth, they're really putting in everything, but on the other hand, Leeds too. So Bournemouth will surprise, not just surprise, but they will win this game by, let me say, 2-0.
2-0, yeah. When these two teams met in the first leg, it was a mouth-watering game. It was a game full of goals. We all remember Leeds won that match by 4-3, and that means that right now we are in a different scenario. The situation now dictates that one of them just have to win to be able to continue getting themselves on a free space or on a free zone away from relegation. We are a few games from end of season, so you need to grab as many points as possible. So having said that, I feel like Leeds with Bamford back, they are still not yet there. They are still struggling. Bournemouth, they have been a team that have been impressing me in the last few games, though they have lost two, but they won. Tavernier gave them a goal on Thursday when they faced Southampton, right? So I feel like this is a 2-2 draw for me. It's going to be a great game.
2-2 draw. Another crucial, or let me say most important match, Fulham will be at home against Mancity. Well, to be honest, Fulham, they started this season very well. Along the way, I don't know, is it the squad depth or what? But they started being shaky, especially right now when we are coming to the end of the season. I don't know, maybe they were just to be safe from the relegation battle, because they're the most relaxed team that I know. So Fulham against Man City, Fulham will be at home, playing against a team which from afar, let me say 500 meters away, they can see a title. This one, to be sure, Man City will, from minute 1, goals are going to be raining. I'm going with Man City to win this game 4-1.
In the first leg, when Man City faced Fulham, they were at home. Man City won that match by 2-1. So right now, Man City are going away at Craven Cottage. Not only are they going away, they are going away knowing that if they win, they are going to topple Arsenal from the number 1 spot. Yes, because now the gap between Arsenal and Man City has been reduced tremendously, as you can see on your screen. So that means they win, they become number 1 on top of the table until Tuesday, when Arsenal will be playing their match against Chelsea
at Emirates.
So that tells you that a lot of things are at stake here. Man City are seeing themselves going on top of the table if they win against Fulham. On the second note, Man City are looking at themselves, giving their player Haaland an opportunity to actually officially break the all-time record scoring, which is being held by Andy Cole and Alan Shearer, which is 34 goals. Currently, how many goals does Haaland have?
Right now, 33.
Yes, 33, as you can see on your screen. He scored that 1 goal in that four goal thriller. Yeah? So against, it was a big match against Arsenal, the 4-1 win for Man City.
They punished Arsenal.
Yeah, so the Viking is back, and the Viking might be pouncing in this match against Fulham. So I feel like, having said that, the likes of Andres, William, and Fulham at large, they better be wary of this game. This is a match whereby I can easily give Man City to win by 4-0. And Haaland should score a brace. This record is going. This record is being broken officially by the one and only
Erling
King
Braut.
Haaland.
Talk to them. Manchester United will be at home against Aston Villa. Now this one will be on Sunday. Manchester United against Aston Villa.
So this is also another beautiful game. If you are a lover of football, you should know that. Aston Villa under Unai Emery, they have been a team on the hunt. They have been doing well. They have been enjoying better records, and actually they are well composed and well structured. So I feel like when they're going to meet Manchester United, the advantage which Manchester United have is they're a fortress when you meet them at Old Trafford
This
season, right? So it's hard to win against them at home, though it's not impossible, but they are well organized when they're at home. So they are meeting a Fulham, and this game, Aston Villa, sorry. This game I feel like it's emotional to Manchester United because they want a revenge from Aston Villa. In the first leg, Aston Villa won by 3 goals to 1. So coming at Old Trafford, I believe that the Red Devils believe that it's time for them to right their wrong. Again, it's important because Manchester United have a chance to win and again go on top of Newcastle. But if Newcastle wins their game, crazy. So it's a top 4 battle again, top 3, top 4 competition. So having said that, I feel like Oli Watkins also has been on the dry spell, kidogo too, but he should bounce back on this game. So this is a match whereby I'm seeing another 2-2 draw.
2-2 draw. Well, United in game week 33, what can I say? They were leading at 2-0, and in the second half they were a bit shaky, and of course it gave Spurs the opportunity to equalize, and they would have scored more. So I felt like that was another fatigue from a FA Cup they played. So maybe if they have, maybe the coach can come up with a good plan, because I believe Brighton also had the same issue. So this one, since United will be at home, I think it will be a tough game, but maybe with a slight margin, because there are different teams when they are at home. So I'm going with 2-1 in favor of Manchester. No clean sheet for sure. Newcastle against Southampton. Newcastle will be at home. These people, they played the last match they played. They scored 5. They could have scored more than 5. Actually, they scored 4.
They scored 6. Oh, the first one they scored 6. The one which they got Tottenham coach Stellini sacked. Then now in match week 33,
they scored 4. Actually, they scored 5. One was denied because you cannot. Okay, yeah, one was denied. Just no one was denied. Well, this one, Newcastle will be at home. Southampton, they have been very poor. So this one straight, I'm going with Southampton to win with that. Now this one will be 5-1.
Southampton to win against Newcastle 5-1.
No.
Or miracles are valid.
Forgive my tongue. Actually, Newcastle are going to win this game by 5. I think they'll be back with a clean sheet now this time round. So 5-0. Another surprising thing is that Newcastle is fighting with Manchester United for the number 3 position. On the same time, they're also fighting on the clean sheet. Because United has 14, they have 13. Yeah, they have this clean sheet equal Manchester United this season. So Newcastle 5, Southampton 0.
So Nick Pope versus De Gea in terms of who's going to pick or to carry the Golden Glove. Then of course Newcastle versus Manchester United again on who is going to grab the position 3. So having said that, Newcastle versus Southampton at St. Mary's, we all know what happens here. Newcastle are very bad, and they're very bad I mean they're dangerous. They're very great when they're at home. So they're going to face this Newcastle team, this Southampton team, which has not been enjoying a good run of late, and they're actually facing a threat of being relegated. In the first leg when the two teams met, I remember it was away, and Newcastle basically won that match by 4 goals to 1. Same margin which they won with in match week 33 against who? In match week against Newcastle.
They won against Everton.
4-1.
So, and they were away.
So in this game, I feel like give it to Newcastle. Newcastle boys are scoring goals. Goals are not a problem. Wilson is back and he's scoring many goals. Murphy seems to be rejuvenated and he's doing what he can. Joe Willock is impressive. So Guimaraes, of course, the super midfielder. Joe Linton. And of course, Isak, the guy who can actually do a Vinicius and still make it look good.
I love this team.
So I think let's do a high five for this. 5-0.
Liverpool against Tottenham. Last time they met, it was a draw. I remember very right, Son scoring. Well, Ryan Mason. The first, of course, after Stellini being sacked, he was appointed as the interim, right? Well, the first match they played against United, and for real, they played a good game. Let me give them their flowers. They played a good game. They would have scored more than 2-2 in the game they played against Manchester United. They would have scored more, but they were just unlucky. Or should I say United were lucky. So this game, they will be at Anfield. We saw the game of Nottingham Forest against Liverpool at Anfield. Liverpool was scoring, they scored. They were scoring, they scored. Something which tells me Liverpool right now, they're leaking a lot. But they're also scoring goals. So this one will be a game of many goals. Since Harry Kane was not on the clean sheet in game of 33, I believe he will be here. So I'm going with a 3-2 win in favor of Spurs, to be honest. Yeah.
Guys, Liverpool versus who?
Tottenham
at Anfield. Liverpool are a team on the rise. Of course, we have to also give it to them. They have been on the rise in terms of making consecutive wins, and those consecutive wins have actually catapulted them to and placed them at, currently I believe they are at position 6 on the league table, and that is an advantage because it means that the battle for top 4 is not yet over, because Liverpool are still eyeing at that. Mathematically, it's very, very, very possible. So what they need to do, they need to first of all cut the legs of one of the persons who actually are hindering them from that position 4. And guess who? It's Tottenham, who they are going to meet. In the first leg, as Pogba just told you, these two teams drew. Right now, we have impressive forwards at Liverpool who are actually scoring goals. Diego Jota is officially back doing his things. Gakpo is doing his things. Mo Salah is doing his things. Trent Arnold and Robertson are back at their good form of assisting, moving forward, and actually making the team look good. So, yeah, Liverpool is officially back. The only challenge they have is their backline, because they are conceding many, many, many goals. If that can be addressed, then we are talking of a different ballgame. On the flip side, Tottenham are coming into this game having conceded 8 goals in 2 games. In the first match, in match week 32, Newcastle gave them a run for their money, and Newcastle defeated them by 6-1. Then in match week 33, they were playing against Manchester United. The match ended in a draw 2-2. So if you combine, those are 8 goals. That tells you that they are leaking a lot. And of course, in the match against Manchester United, they didn't start with Hugo Lloris. Ben Foster is the one who started in that match. So I don't know whether that is the decision moving forward, or we will see what will happen. So this is a match whereby I'm actually seeing it as a very competitive match, bearing that it's a top 4 battle once again. Both of these teams want to feature in the Champions League next season. Form-wise, Tottenham are not in the best of space. But consistency-wise, none of them is consistent. So in this game, we are just going to say that I'm going to stick with the person with an advantage, because the person with a better advantage is the one who will utilize it. So in this person, I feel like the Reds are the people with the advantage, them being at Anfield. So this is a match whereby it will be competitive, but I feel like Liverpool will be in for it to win. So 3-2 for me.
Leicester against Everton. The match will be played at King Power. Another 2 teams that nobody is consistent. Everton just conceded 4 goals, nearly 5. Leicester, these people actually, they drew. I remember Vardy coming from the bench and scored in the late minutes to save a point for the Foxes. So since Leicester will be at home, Everton will be trying to at least come back from the embarrassment. So this one I'm going with a draw. I feel like it will be another 1-1 draw.
On this one, because Leicester are not yet safe from the relegation battle, I feel like they'll be giving their best, and this is the opportunity to bounce back. Maddison is back from injury, and he also scored. So I feel like this is a match whereby Leicester will actually use the advantage of being at King Power, and they should be able to win this by 1-0.
1-0.
Yes.
Guys, we still have, actually this one is a double game week. We'll be back on Tuesday. There's a big game, Chelsea, Arsenal. The
London
fight
derby.
For the number, of course, it's a London derby. Who is the big boy? Who talks when, of course, in London? So, guys, don't go away. a lot of matches. It's a double game week, right?
Definitely.
We're still here with you, so just bonyeza hiyo kitu.